Hi, track people. All right. Okay. Let me make sure my audio is good because it keeps fucking up for some reason. Everybody, let me do a sound. Can everybody hear Odd Talk?
Hello?
All right, my audio's good.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, by the way, if a particular Jersey tard wants the link, he can have it. He can come right on in and contest whatever he feels is necessary. So, but anyway, how y'all doing? Yes, you get a double feature today because it's all about the money. Dollar bill, y'all. So, I talk. Do you want to give a bit of a backstory about yourself? How you came across me and how you came across this nonsense that you are not really a participant in, but I guess a voyeur is a better description.
Okay. Well, I think I might have met you around 2010, 2009 in a Black atheist group that was pretty popular at the time. We did not get along when we first met. I think you might have called me an idiot. but but then you had put up some YouTube videos in the group and you seemed to know what you're talking about. I started following you. We got past you calling me an idiot or whatever, and I ended up, coming to visit you and the family, have a good time. We've been cool ever since. I actually was first introduced to the GDC on Google Plus. You dropped me off in a Nadia hangout, and I was like, "WTF? I'm going to back out slowly. I don't know what's going on here." And I just, I've been on the peripherals ever since, just watching. And then I saw some videos about Mr. Moore, and they're quite entertaining. So I, come by to watch the videos about Mr. Moore and Shanny and Mr. Floppy and that little old black man that likes men.
Mr. Cruz, Mr. DeRoy Cruz, your life application officer.
Yeah. He's such a little old man. He's the quintessential little old man. Mad about everything, repressed, backed up.
I'm gonna leave that backed up comment alone. But so all right, so I actually do have some notes, folks. And if y'all have questions for Odd Talk as we're speaking, feel free to tag her or tag me. I am actually paying attention to chat, so I wish StreamYard, Restream, whatever it is, would let me know like a highlight when people tag me. But I'm just going to be attentive. So, what's your opinion about like the current drama that you've been watching, as far as Shanny, Gman, any of it?
With Shanny, I'm just dry. I've lost all, and I'd like to say F you very much for sending me that video. I got the cream pie video, and I've just
You're
been
welcome.
in dysfunctional ever since. I was supposed to go away for spring break and have a good time. I'm just dry, but it's entertaining. I do find your reaction videos to be extremely entertaining. I don't watch any of these people outside of your videos, but it makes good entertainment. They're not Shanny's disgusting, Rev's disgusting. D-Man, I think he's from Delaware. I don't think he's from Jersey. I think he's a Delaware transplant in Jersey. He's just too stupid. And Mr. Cruz is just a sad little black man. I feel bad for him. I just want to pat him on his head and be like, you just get you a peppermint and sit in the corner somewhere.
So you mentioned that you think G-Man's a transplant. So you've had some experience in New Jersey, have you?
Born and raised.
So you're very, very familiar with that area. Um, I think you had mentioned in one of G-Man's recent videos something about an apartment complex that he was passing by.
Actually, when he had shot a video, he was in a park and there was a basketball court. the high rises in the back, like I have relatives that live in those high rises, so I knew exactly where he was at the time.
Because I remember him mentioning something about people won't figure out where he is, and I remember kind of warning him that the reason why people kept finding out where he was is because he keeps walking around and showing landmarks and street names. So I guess I was right about that then.
Yeah, you were absolutely right. He had done a video where he was in Times Square, and once I saw the street signs, I knew he was in Times Square because of the street numbers. I was able to pinpoint where he was because I went online, I put the cross street, and I saw the name of the restaurant. I knew exactly where he was the entire time. So he's doing himself a disservice by broadcasting the area completely around him, because it's not like he's in some far-flung place that no one's ever heard of. You're in Times Square. You're in Newark. You're in Irvington. You're in Jersey City. And there are people, because these areas have loads of people, you never know who's watching you, who might be at the Domino's that's next door to your job getting a pizza.
Oh,
because I've been to that Domino's a couple of times.
So you've actually been to the Domino's near his actual place of employment that he's broadcasted. Oh, did you just so happen to see him by going to go get pizza?
Yes, he was. I actually, where his job is at, I most of the time end up parking in front of the door because there's a spot to park at. I get out in front of his job and I walk.
You're fading away. We can barely hear you. I heard you. You park at his. You park in front of his where he works.
Yeah, because it's generally where there's a parking spaces right in front of the door to the store that he works in. So I get out of my car and I can see him.
You could see Gman from your car getting out and getting pizza.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Huh. Well, that's interesting. So all the while he's yelling and screaming at people, yelling and screaming at me. And when I tell him, it's like, G-Man, look, you need to relax. There are people who don't take too kindly to being threatened. People don't take too kindly to the things that you say. And you keep talking about consequences for people's actions. In the meantime, you have no idea who's around you. And so this entire time, you've been going to getting pizza and actually visually seeing him just casually out doing your own thing.
Yeah, because for approximately a year, I lived. I don't want to say walking distance, but I lived close enough to where he actually worked, where I've seen him crossing the street, like he's crossing the street in front of my car.
Wow, interesting. That's interesting. So, with that being said, you've watched quite a bit of G-Man, I guess through me, and you are familiar that he likes to interact with Black Hebrew Israelites, and I believe you have your own sort of history with said group.
Yes. Where I'm originally from in Jersey, there was a very large population of Black Hebrew Israelites as well as the NOI. I spent a large amount of time in Manhattan and the Bronx because of I have family that lives in the city in the 5 boroughs. So I've had some interaction with Hebrew Israelites, and the ones that he tends to interact with are way more docile than what I've seen. You can go on YouTube and you can find footage of Hebrew Israelites attacking people. They'll be out proselytizing or whatever they call it, and someone will engage them and they'll attack them. And that's what I've known Hebrew Israelites to be like. But then, as we were discussing earlier, I think the reason why he hasn't been slapped senseless is because where he's interacting with these people. Like, if you're in Times Square interacting with these Black Hebrew Israelites, it's Times Square. Half the NYPD is in Times Square. So the Hebrew Israelites, they're not crazy. Well, yeah, they are crazy. They're not stupid. So if you're someplace where there's a huge police presence, are you really going to deal with someone in the manner that you would normally deal with them when you know there's a huge police presence in the area? Like when he goes down to 125th, 125th is not like it used to be in the 90s, in the late 90s. Once they like took all the vendors and stuff off 125th, it changed. Like there was a time where there were no banks down there. You didn't see anybody that wasn't brown. The whole atmosphere of that area has changed. So if he does, I think I have noticed him interacting with them on 125th. Things have changed. There's like when I was a kid on 125th, there were police there, but not like they are now. So he's pretty much going into areas and engaging these people who, to my knowledge, have shown a propensity for irrational violence, and nothing's happening to him because there's a huge police presence now. You don't see him doing that in Newark. If he approached them in Newark, he probably would be beat senseless.
So he travels. It seems that he travels to 125th Street over in New York to deal with a more docile crowd than he would in his own backyard.
And I'm not even going to say they're docile. It's because if something happens, they're going to be police there immediately. Like if he was to go down on the main drag in Newark, he might get beat up because in Newark, they rob people on camera. Like all kinds of crazy stuff happens in Newark because they don't have the massive police presence. They do, like, I want to say in certain areas of Newark down by the Whole Foods and stuff, where the banks and that's where the police presence is. But you're not going to find the Black Hebrew Israelites down in the business district. You're not going to find them there. So he would have to go up over by where I lived, over by Branchbrook Park and all that stuff. And I can say that because I don't live there no more. But it's all about where the area that he's choosing to engage them in. It's not so much that they're more docile. They have common sense. They're not going to get into a physical altercation when you're in a high traffic tourist area where there's police, there's like Times Square has cameras everywhere. So why would you?
It'd be against
he's a fly. He's bothering you. He'll go away.
Okay. Because it seems as though he likes to play up how dangerous they are, which I don't doubt. There are some individuals in the camps that have a propensity for violence greater than, I guess, your average person. Sure, but it always struck me as weird that he would go out of his way to find the individuals over in New York when you had pointed out to me ages ago that he has Black Hebrew Israelites in his own backyard. So it's interesting. It is really, really interesting. So your experience with Gman and some of the stories that he tells, are there any particular stories that you find interesting or somewhat inconsistent or anything like that?
Well, his entire existence is full of shit, so
elaborate.
He's just full of shit. And I'm just off the top of my head, him being a Christian. I was born and raised in the church, but had the misfortune of being sent to private Christian schools. I don't what kind of Christian are you? Like we never see him in church. He doesn't really know anything about the scripture, and I have a base level, private Christian school level understanding of the Bible, which is far more in depth than his. He's not. There's nothing about him that's even remotely Christ-like. How he gets online and lies and just a big bag of shit. Sorry.
No.
And he's just like, no, he's.
Do you think
he needs a life or a bitch or I don't know. He needs something.
Well, we've seen him approached by a woman while he was in the park, and she seemed genuinely interested in him. And he, instead of giving his phone number, he gave her his YouTube channel to look up. So that was, I'm not sure if anyone still has that video, but it is really interesting because that was the one time everyone in the chat was trying to cheer for him and let him know, G-Man, she's interested in you. But I think based on some of the things that I've heard him say and some of the odd behaviors that he has, that he may not necessarily like women as much as he claims to like women.
Has anybody looked at his hands?
I've felt his hands. They are incredibly soft for a man that supposedly works construction.
So he probably keeps them smooth and soft so he can touch himself. I didn't see the video with the chick, but like he doesn't seem to be focused on having any type of a meaningful life. He sits on YouTube. He gets into fake beasts with people that, like, you haven't really been paying attention to him, but he keeps trying to pull your coattails to get you to engage him. Oh. Like, dude, get a life. You're older than me. You're almost 50. Do something.
Yeah, that's something that a few people have noticed, because I've gotten a few messages or pictures of G-Man trying to desperately get my attention, making videos and community posts, and every so often I will purposely leave him alone just to show people that it doesn't matter whether I go after him, it doesn't matter whether I leave him alone, there's still going to be some animus there because he wants that, he needs that. And so based on some of his recent comments about praying his gay thoughts away, I can imagine why he persists even after I have relinquished the reins of the G-Man hate that exists on the interwebs. So I think that's fairly interesting.
Well, somebody need to send him a T.S. Madison video so he can believe himself.
You know what? That's the devil. That is the devil, ma'am. And I put
how so? He's obviously got some gay thoughts, and if he's watching it in T.S. Madison, she's got titties and a dick, so he could it's like he's sinning, but he's not sinning. She's got titties.
Well, that's true. That's true. So you could have the best of both worlds. So
yeah, you enjoy it.
So here we go. It's Bite Me TJ. Hello, how you doing?
I'm never bored.
You're kind of low.
Let me see what I can do about that.
All right, I did put the link in the chat, so if y'all want to come in, talk to iTalk, myself, whoever, or just reminisce about your favorite G-Man memory, feel free. And as well, G-Man is invited.
Oh, well, my favorite G-Man memory is when he mistook a UTI for an STD.
You mean when he clearly had the flu? That's penis burning is a symptom of the flu.
Yeah, he had the flu on his dick. Okay.
Any better?
It's a little better. It's a little better.
How about that?
Okay, yeah, that should be fine. I'll just see if I can just turn you up on my end. All right, so how you doing? Hey, you just went out really low. Uh-oh. I don't know what you did, but now you're really low.
I know what I did.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there, we're back to the other badness.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll stick with that.
No, I'm glad that you exist, Greg, because otherwise I wouldn't be aware of G-Man anymore. I need the Schadenfreude so badly of G-Man's misery. He is miserable. He's just incapable of being aware of it. And I do enjoy watching it and hearing other people lampoon him. I got into him years ago, back when he was actually quote unquote debating, which of course he was never debating. He was just, throwing out whatever crap apologists typically or throw out, but without any cognizance of what he was throwing out. He was just reciting it. And for a long time, it was entertaining at that level.
Is this thing on? Can y'all hear me? I can't hear nothing.
They can hear you better than they can hear me.
Yeah, you are. Okay, I knew this. How you doing?
Fuck.
Uh-oh, I don't think he can hear us.
Damn, this would be great if I could hear.
Yeah.
I had so much shit to talk. Goddamn.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
So this is the guy that makes parody videos of Gman, but they're animated.
Oh,
I have not seen it.
He made one where G-Man is beating his dick to true empiricism, and I'm not supposed to like this. I'm not supposed to like this. And so true empiricism is, I think, dressed up as a fairy, and so it's bad. Like, it's really bad, but it's funny. It is funny. Hopefully he gets his shit together.
I'm going to that channel next.
Like, what is up with true empiricism? He does look like secondhand smoke. He does look like secondhand smoke. But like that picture that he has of himself on the couch, like, was he trying to be sexy?
This picture?
No, like he had on jeans and he was like trying to be sexy, and I'm like, ew, you just.
Oh, the Calvin Klein photo. Yeah, me and Skylar were wondering about that. We're not really sure. He has an odd sense of humor, so it may have been him just trying to lampoon himself, or just to cause a stir. We're really not sure, because we've seen videos from True that have been they've been humorous or comedic, and we didn't know. They were just strange, and then we found out that they were comedic later because he'd add something in the description where it would say, "Oh, I just made this to be funny," and then it was like, "Oh wow, okay."
We're working now. All right, it's lit. But no, I'm not the dude who makes the animations at all. I had made a diss song for Gman one time. That's what it was. You might have me mistaken for someone else.
Oh, okay, sure, all right. Well, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
His dick is probably growing like 3 inches because we're talking about him.
Well, I mean, that'd be 3 more inches than Rev has, so I mean, it's something.
Mr. Floppy.
It's floppage.
Did he have a man in his life when he was a child? He couldn't possibly have any type of male figure in his life, because as I was watching that video as a woman, I was like, okay.
See, I'm so glad that I let you finish when you got into the as a child part, because I don't want to presuppose anything about the guy, but a lot of his, and again, LGBTQ, whatever, very, very, very open-minded at the very least, but so much of his poses, so many of them seem like deliberately homoerotic.
Yeah.
Deliberately so. It can't be an accident. And again, if he's lampooning himself and doing it in such a way that I wouldn't be aware of because I don't know him at all, he's doing a damn good job at the self, making fun of himself, so to speak. But it's hard to believe with how good, for lack of a better term, the expression is and how successful it seems, that's only humor. And there's nothing wrong with that except for the fact that he wouldn't himself express that as a good thing.
Yeah, I'm not coming from the avenue of like his sexuality. I'm talking about what man who's like conscious of manliness goes online. Like, he basically talks shit about his own dick. Like, I mean, you made yourself look bad. You've got floppage. I'm European. I'm Nordic or Eastern European. We have small dicks. Because that's literally what I took away from that video, was that I'm white, so I have a small dick. So don't talk about me. Because we all have small dicks. That is what I took away from that video.
I want more men to say that so I feel better about myself.
I guess.
All you small penis men, get on YouTube and loud and proud it, so I can show my girlfriend and she can be impressed.
No, like the actual video, that would be something. Some of the things that he said in the video, trying to defend his penis size, would have been something that I would have said to a dude that I was dealing with that I knew had a small penis.
To be clear,
like even the way Shannon reacted.
True, right? True's. Oh no, you're talking
about Rev. No, I've never. I don't think
Rev.
anybody's seen.
I'm like, what? How white is True? I was confused.
No. I'm talking about Revelation News. That's what he calls himself, right? Revelation News.
Yes. Rev, Ned, whatever.
Okay, so there's 3 other men in here. Like, would you have gone online and just had that conversation with the internet about your penis? Like,
no, I would have never gone. So hey, dear, tell everyone my penis isn't small. Like, that's the fact that you have to do that already signals that there's an insecurity there. But to sit there and just wait with this shit-eating grin on your face for the best response ever was just painful. Like, there's a noticeable cringe moment there, but the cringe increased when she gave him small dick apologetics to just to latch onto it, because it's like, why would she need to say that if you didn't already suffer from said issue? She already had that ready.
Okay, what is she supposed to say?
They put themselves out there, literally. Their sexuality is a very large, public sexuality, I should say, is a very large portion of their lives. Not just their persona, but their whole lives are partially centered around that. And then there's the whole fact that he's showing it to the world, so he's going to feel insecure, so he's going to comment on it. It's just sad that it's so often not just the topic of conversation, but it's so often how they express and expose themselves. That's such a large part of their life, and the fact that he has a life now versus before he met Shani, I guess, is an improvement for him in some respect, or at least he must think so, because apparently all he did was sit around and drink by himself before that, I would presume, for some time. So yeah, I mean, he's saying those things because he's showing those things and he is insecure about it, but he's also aware that everybody's going to see it and judge it.
Was she his first piece of ass?
No, I don't think that may be the case, but I think
clearly
he's been for a very long time.
So Rev, so let me read out the super chat. Guess Gman really stretched out Rev's real doll. So that's a reference to Rev telling people that before Shani, he had actually purchased one of those real dolls, and I believe they cost several $1,000s.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
so we should call him Lars.
Yeah,
we should call him Lars now. Lars and the real girl.
Yeah, so that's what he had before Shani. Supposedly, he also had one of those full-length like anime body pillows too. I think that may have just been a rumor, but Rev has been on camera saying that he had a real doll. But Shani,
what a major downgrade.
Yeah, right. Like, well, Shani is his first actual piece of ass. So
she's disgusting.
Well, you know,
she's disgusting. Like that video that you saw. Like, my eyes can see it now.
Well, disgusting. The next ass can't be any worse, to be honest. If he ever gets any other ass,
it could be worse. She could be immobile. I'm sorry, immobile. She could be. The person could be fat. Have you seen my out life?
When I was a young man and a very large portion of my working life, I had no money. I had nothing going for me. I didn't have a great job. Now I work in a company that forces me to work from home, and I get to have this going on and another computer next to the one I'm working on from home. But back in the day, I had nothing. And I didn't have to throw my life away on something so dramatically bad in so many different ways, including taking on not just an insane person who might wind up in the hospital or prison or both, but then have to take care of the children of the person going into the hospital. I mean, you're making a lot of bad choices before you're ready for them. I don't think he's dealt with the idea of the consequences of being left with her kids.
honestly, it's probably never even entered his mind because do they really have any meaningful interaction with the children? Are they just there at inconvenience? Because when they went to Dave and Buster's, the way that he talked to that one boy, I was like, you've taken these kids out to a place where they can play games and stuff, and you're annoyed because they're being kids.
Well, yeah, the annoyed part, I believe, because he has to wake up to reality every once in a while, and the kids are that mirror, right? The kids are the mirror of these are the bad choices I've made, because he didn't want the kids in the first place. He just took them to get whatever he got. I've seen this happen way too many times with people I've known over the years. I delivered pizza for 7.5 years, and pizza people are insane. So yeah, I genuinely agree with you that I don't think he ever thought it through. But it's right in his face, and you can only ignore it for so long.
But he's clapping her raw for everybody to see. What happens if something gets stuck up there? She's fixed.
Real quick, Steve McRae, manager, says, "Is there any way Rev would leave Shani?" Which is a good question, because some of us wrongly predicted that they wouldn't last till the end of last year, and they're still going. I think that personally,
how much money does he have? I'll take him.
You'll take Rev.
I'll take Rev. How much I'll never touch him, but I bet you I'll take him.
There's going to be some slave play in that. So I've heard that Rev has I'm trying to find the actual amount, because someone said that there is an amount.
I'm being facetious.
Yeah,
I would never.
So supposedly, $2 to $3 million of inheritance with 30% interest each year.
Oh well, I'm just gonna stay with mediocre pants.
Can't say where I got this from. Can't say where
mediocre
I got this
pants
from.
got more.
So
stay with mediocre.
But supposedly, he's down quite a bit of money, like quite a bit. So he's up from there, down to about $500,000.
Wait, how?
Just
he would have had to been taking money off the principal.
But based on what they're spending, right? Because I think Doc Savage and a few others did some calculations for, I think it might have been an entire month, where they kept coming on stream telling folks how much they were spending between like DoorDash, hauls, and all this other kind of stuff. And they actually calculated it, and it was way more than he had like previously said that they were allotted every month. And so like there's some way that he's taking away from that initial $2 to $3 million. But that would make sense given their spending habits. That would make sense given why he was trying to start a GoFundMe, or not a GoFundMe, a Patreon to fund this project that he wanted to do for the homeless, which everybody saw that shit went away real quick once they started doing OnlyFans. He never talked about that shit again. So it was bullshit, like most of us called. But yeah.
Who was paying for access to the OnlyFans that they could
nobody
subsist up? Because that is a drain on somebody's sex drive. She's just nasty, and his penis is small, and that piercing makes it look worse. And I saw like a video of him slapping that bag of rotten milk that she calls an ass.
No, the sad part about that is there really is a market for that stuff. I have no idea how to market it myself, but it's there. And if they had any clue as to how to get themselves in front of the people who would be interested, they'd probably, make a nice little bit of side chunk of change.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to ever see any stills, anything from it ever again.
Yeah, there's a market. There's a few people that I actually I'm aware of, I'll say that, who are genuinely turned on by watching them interact. I didn't know that they were that into lesbian porn, but I mean, to each his own. So it's just, there's nothing that, like, she is disgusting. and he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and so he is not that good looking either, especially naked. So I'm not sure what people are getting out of it. Watching small dick weak strokes and fucking albino Godzilla. Maybe that's something that there's a really niche market that we don't know about. But
they're like two-assed circus freaks. There's two of them. Two-assed. Got a front butt, the back
right here. No, anyway.
It's so just nasty. But I have seen some videos, like there's a market for it, because I watched this video of this really fat dude that was banging out this chick while eating a can of cream corn. There's a market for everything, but she's just disgusting. She's like really, really disgusting. There's nothing sexy about her. When she put the makeup on, I was like, I put on makeup. I have like a nice collection of makeup. She does not know what she's doing. She needs to send that Jeffree Star palette to me, because she looked like she made herself look more disgusting.
Which is a feat. That is a feat. That is quite an accomplishment. Hello, Jello.
Good morning. I heard you talking, and I see you all are overlooking the obvious here. There is a reason and a use for Rev and Shanny porn. It's a new, well, kind of. It's a new genre. I like to call it punishment porn. If you are naughty, if you say things that Jello doesn't like to hear, or if I just feel like being an asshole to you, I might link you some Rev and Shanny porn.
And this is why Jello's not allowed to talk to children.
Well, yeah. That and, court orders and stuff. But
so should Rev and Shanny not be, but anyway.
Like, is she in a psych ward or something? She did a video earlier where she's trying to fake like she had the COVID-19. She looked super high.
You mean Shanny's been smoking even though she told people that she wasn't smoking anymore? You mean to tell me Shanny might be lying?
Well, she probably did lie about that, but the way she was acting, she was either doing her worst impression of someone that was seriously ill, or she was bananas high.
It's all that weed they've been smoking in Colorado, Japan.
Yeah, Colorado, Japan.
Yo, you ever been there? It's really nice this time of year.
I didn't know they legalized weed in Colorado, Japan. I knew they did in Colorado, USA, but I didn't know about Colorado, Japan.
Actually, I think if you like weed in Japan is like a super duper big deal.
Yeah.
So I doubt that. We all know that they're not in Japan. They're in Colorado. I mean, I might plan a trip out to see my uncle and run into them.
I honestly, other than how she acts, I haven't seen any evidence of whether or not they're still smoking weed. But I guarantee you, if I ever tell you I'm not smoking weed, I'm probably lying. That's a lot. Yeah, I'm smoking weed.
Yeah.
The next time someone talks to Shanny, we should ask her if she's got any toilet paper. Because apparently in Japan, they've been really stocking up. So
I don't think she can
How does she wipe her ass?
I don't think she can.
It's so big.
she doesn't. Rev does it for her. Or
That's what Rev's tongue is for.
Shit.
Hey. He chews gum. He chews gum while he does it.
Yeah.
I gotta
Flavor lasts longer.
That's not a mixture of flavors.
I was just going to go for the fact that it has deliberately bad diet that makes it perform like a sluice, not go for Rev tonguing something that I didn't want to think about. Sorry.
I know you're trying to move on from this, Drag, but I'm not going to let that happen.
No, I'm trying to read a super chat. No, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Sorry.
The super chat is actually an interesting question from Steve McRae, manager. When is the bull going to be brought into the mix?
Oh, soon.
So when are you going to Colorado, Dad?
No.
Oh, come on. You'd be perfect for this.
There's only a few reasons I even go to Colorado. That's to visit Sam and his family ski lodge, or to see Janae and Tony. Odd Talk, you know who I'm talking about. But other than that, don't have a real big reason to go to Colorado. And no. Negative. But she had said that she was looking for actors and that her and Rev could fuck anybody they want to. But then they went, like, somebody asked her, I think in a live chat right after that, and she's like, no, it's just us, no. And it's like, bitch, are you bipolar? Like, what is, you just say stuff.
But who wants to fuck you? Like, who wants any one of them? And I take it easy, Drag. You've seen some of the monsters that I have dealt with. I'm pretty easygoing, but I could never. Like, ew.
You couldn't fuck him? No?
No, like, ew.
He's not going
with
to
his belly button.
I mean, it's about the motion in the ocean, right?
What motion in the ocean? Come on, we all saw the video.
So how many of them have you seen? Which ones have you watched?
I've seen the cream. Oh my god, I don't even want to. I don't want to. Oh god, like, because when she spread the umpteen layers
hang on a second.
of her vagina to show the
I just want to correct Yellow. It's not punishment porn. It's diet porn.
Whoa.
That's good. That's really good.
I mean, if I send it to somebody that doesn't need a diet but is desperately in need of punishment, it's clearly punishment porn.
I guess it could be both, yes.
It can be both.
Yeah.
I don't think punishment porn and diet porn are mutually exclusive. In fact, you might want to use a little bit of shanty porn one day for your own purposes and then give it to someone else for those purposes. Like, you could use it twice in the same day for different reasons.
Yeah.
What purpose?
Punishment porn and diet porn.
And I want to say it with me and feel proud of myself. Oh, he's here. Okay.
Hi, buddies.
Nice socks.
Yo, what up?
Nice.
How's it going? Thanks.
Oh,
I'm
those
really
are
proud of
your
them. They are my
Nice
feet.
feet.
Leave so somebody else
Thank you.
can come into.
Who'd you think it was?
Wait,
Hello?
those aren't Buddy's feet. Who are you really?
I don't know. I just wanted to come in and reminisce about my favorite G-Man moment.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, do so.
you share.
My favorite G-Man moment would probably be when he recently started getting emails and completely flipped his shit and threatened to shut down his channels and still rages about it. And yeah, I thought that was hilarious because I was sending the emails. That's why.
Wait a minute. Were you sending him death threats?
No death threats, just threatened. I was doing all the flag. I'm gonna flag down your channel shit. I think I came on drag. Yeah, I came on here before and confessed to drag. Yeah, so that was probably my favorite. Just watching the little man squirm and cry. That's it. G-Man, if you're out there, I love fucking with you. Never gonna stop fucking with you. Just go away. Don't ever come back. Or better yet, come back, and we'll continue fucking with you. In the vicious circle, we'll go round and round. Do your part, G-Man. That's all I gotta say. Y'all have a good day. And also, one more thing. Actually, no. Yeah, sorry. I took edibles earlier. They let us off work for the coronavirus, and so I should probably go before I say anything else that I regret.
Oh no, stay.
But everybody have a good week.
You ate edibles? Come on. You're gonna be fun in about 15 minutes. You had edibles, you're gonna be fun.
No, I ate them a while. A while ago. And it wasn't really I didn't eat them. I put tinctures. I mean, it was like 30 minutes ago. The tincture drops in my coffee. And now it's pretty strong.
Nice.
Oh, give me a second. We can be high.
The ratio
on stream.
The ratio was way stronger than I made it way too strong. But yeah, it's medicinal. So, and I'm a professional. So I don't stack barrels and cry and bitch on the internet all day.
Also, sell appliances. Don't forget the appliances.
Appliance salesman of the year.
You know what? I tried to buy a toaster from his shop. If they didn't fire him for like locking the kid in the store or the umpteen other stupid things that he did, when I called to buy a toaster, I felt as if I should have gotten in my car and went down there and cussed him out because he's rude.
Yeah, I've heard him talk to his
business.
customers before.
Were you going to
not
open
really
a
good.
toaster bar? A toaster?
No, I just wanted a toaster.
Sorry, I'm just teasing. I've only just discovered this thing, toast bar.
It's a hipster thing. Yeah, like it is amazing, but they need a patsy. They need somebody that they can pair into the table who's not too bright and who's going to keep his mouth shut for the most part. So, like, I get it, but yeah, everyone needs a job. Like, I get why, but man, just and no Grand Ultimate 200 milligrams in one edible, like a gummy bear, fucks me up bad. Like it fucks me
You're
up.
Oh,
like-
200 is.
I live in
Yeah, I
Texas.
don't know what I took.
Most people don't take in milligram in the hundreds. Most people, it's like 50 is a pretty good dose. Like the candies that they sell here are 10 per. So like
Oh,
you
wow.
have to eat 5 gummies to eat 50 milligrams worth. I tend to eat about 300 to 500 milligrams at a time. So
Nice.
I can't really. Yeah, I'd wind up with diabetes tomorrow if I ate gummies. Like, yeah, I don't eat the gummies. I don't eat the cookies. I
They'll
don't
do
eat
shit for you.
Are those your
Fucking-
chickens?
What's that?
Yeah. Those are my chickens. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail
That's okay.
the chickens. They're out running around the yard.
Do you eat them, or you just keep them? as pets?
No, absolutely not. We steal their eggs and we love on them. They're like little animals. Well, obviously they're animals. They're like little dogs or cats almost. You know, they let you pet them and yeah, they'll call you or you can call them. Yeah.
Jello, have you tried making spaghetti sauce with some enhanced
Yeah.
stuff? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I've
done everything. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm actually,
whoever, because I finally made some spaghetti sauce, and it was wonderful.
Well, one thing, like I have Crohn's disease, and so like eating a lot of shit fucks with me. So I started just taking trimmings. I'll take ounces of trimmings, and I'll soak them in Everclear, and then I'll drain that out, and it makes like a super strong tincture, and I can put that in anything, like just like a dropper full. And like, you know, I mean, I don't, it's different every time. Like I really should probably, like Drag's a scientist, you know, you would probably get a beaker out and measure shit, but I'm a.
Kind of should.
Hey, buddy.
I write professionally for a living, so I don't have much science going on. What's up?
Do you ever go into the Discord?
Yeah, I did. Actually, Adam E. Gave me an invite, and I've been in there a couple of times.
Could if you have time today, maybe after Drag's live, could I talk with you? I could give you a couple of suggestions that I'm not allowed to do on air.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be great.
Cool. Yeah. I'm Jello Shots over there. Hit me up whenever, but yeah, sooner.
I can't wait.
All right, cool. When this is over, I'm gonna watch because my daughter's out here and she's starting to go near the fire and everything that we built. So she'll probably go out there and parental and chicken wrangle. But
don't be
is that bad?
But why is
no.
Shani's cleavage so
No.
high?
My wife is here too. I'm not the only
How
one
do you-
here with the chickens and the baby and the fire.
Sorry, I was distracted.
and she's a grown kid, so yeah. But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna go back out there, but I will go into the Discord later. Drag, thanks for letting me hop on and derailing everything with the chickens and the
I don't
intoxication.
understand that cleavage. How's that cleavage there?
It's just gravity. Gravity. A lot of gravity. So I'm being told to play this.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So you've stopped doing that, dear. Good God, thank God I'm not on camera.
Yo.
Not
You can see the fat, the extra fat underneath the titties.
Oh my
Oh.
God!
Don't take the God.
How does that even happen?
God. I don't know what's worse, that or the face.
Ladies
The face.
You can hear more of that retching on Friday.
So
Yeah, because
Friday.
you know what makes it worse is that she has the piercings. She's got the warts or whatever, and then she's got those piercings in her face.
Oh.
Like the piercing looks like a cold sore on the bottom of her lip.
I love face piercings. The problem is with her, I can't tell the difference.
Wow.
Like what is piercing and what I mean, that I don't like to be like that, but Jesus, fuck, Danny.
She's
All
just
right.
disgusting. I'm sorry. I can't phrase it any. She's really nasty in
Speaking of
appearance,
disgusting,
personality.
Yeah.
you brought up a great point there. Disgusting. How come Shani can use the G in the middle of the word, but not at the
end? Yeah.
Why is that? I mean, I've become accustomed to her. She doesn't use G's. Okay, it's weird, but it's a thing. She doesn't use G's, but she does if it's in the middle of a fucker.
Yes. Yeah.
What she said is disgusting.
G-Man.
No, she said the S. She said it's disgusting.
Disgusting.
It's what they want.
Oh.
Don't take the bait.
So I can't believe she hasn't got corona.
Just do what you need to do, bro, and be
Well, she stays inside
true
all
to
the time.
yourself.
I mean, well, you see.
Ew, look at that sore
I
on
know,
her
I
titty.
know.
Ew, she's
I
so
thought that was a
gross.
weird extra nipple the first time. Anyway, I digress. She was going on about how she's already taking penicillin, so she didn't understand how she might have got corona. It's like, because viruses have shit to do with penicillin.
That's a blackhead.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
You do not take penicillin for a virus, so it will not stop you getting a virus if you're taking penicillin. You dumb.
That mark on her titty, by the way.
How do you get a blackhead on your tit?
No. Hold on. This is worse. This probably not a blackhead because there's an identical one just to the right of it that you can't see. It's actually on her. It's on her left side, so it's to the left of it, but it's to the right of it, right? On the
She's
picture.
got a subdermal titty piercing?
She's got two of those right next to each other, and they've been there for 3 months, 4 months.
Oh, she got titty cancer?
Shit.
That might be what's wrong with her.
Don't tell her that. That's what she thought it was at first, was titty cancer. That's what she actually said.
I think it's bed sores from doing too many videos like Brett Keane.
Oh. So Grand Ultimate says, what is Shani's kaiju name in class? I think that she is a fucking K-class fucking world destroyer. I don't know. Like, she's just monster.
Could someone give her an SC?
Job of that head's a little sister.
Godzuki.
Hey, quiet.
But I'm sorry, I know I've said
Ignore
this
the
before, but
haters.
she's just fucking gross.
Yes.
And just be cool. Be cool. Be like
Sure,
water.
words were never
What they do
spoken.
is none of your business. Just know that.
Preaches to the choir.
None of your business, and you don't need
Peter,
you
I
don't need
also
to give
feel
them that
sorry
power.
for her, but I still can't
Don't give
help
them that power. Ignore
other
them.
feelings.
You know,
Hey, Drag,
as
is this
painful
room
as it
mislabeled?
is.
Or this video?
Ignore it.
Huh?
Is this video mislabeled?
No.
Okay.
No, she's trying because she sees the. I stole $3,000. She just uploaded this. She sees that I'm live and she sees the title of it, and so she's telling him. Well, can y'all hear it? Can y'all actually hear it?
I had no clue. There I go playing a video game and I miss everything.
You think her
Oh,
teeth
can I-
are tucked under her armpits?
Can I just thank the super chat Buck Melanoma for that mental image of you think her teats are tucked up under her armpits? Thank you so much for that
Oh my
mental
God.
image.
That was fucked up, Buck. You ain't right.
You know, what I
Please.
did have the opportunity to watch was her mother. And I think that part of what's wrong with Shani, I don't think her mother's innocent in this. There's no way that someone grows into this without something corrupt going on in the house. And then the way I watched the video where I think her father was in it, and the way her mother was like with the there's a reason why she's like this. And 9 times out of 10, it probably came out of her home. Because you just don't end up like this, doing dime store porn with Mr. Floppy. You just don't, like, something happened to her in her childhood. And I do feel bad for her, but not that bad.
Look, that blowjob that you were looking at with the whole floppy, that's not his fault. She looked hungry to me, too. I don't think I'd have been, like, there's no way. Like, you can't blame him. That's not his fault.
Well, he's got enough money to get, like, some knockoff Viagra. He can get it somewhere from the, dope man.
That
Somewhere.
Viagra don't beat fear. She looked hungry.
According to Trevor 2000, those brown spots were there 2 years ago when she was at her mum's house.
Oh, good fuck.
Well,
Apparently,
blackheads can be there for a long time if you don't wash your ass properly.
Oh, I don't even.
You
How
need to be
does
able to
there's
reach
no
that
way
ass.
she can reach.
Should we send her to Dr. Pimple Popper?
Yes. Yes.
Looking out for you.
No.
Good idea.
Don't take the bait, because this is disgusting at this point. And I'm sorry that you're going through this.
Is she a little bit low for
So
everybody?
I hope you
Yeah, she's a little
are
low to me.
okay. And just
You know,
don't
with
take
all
the
the
bait.
money Rev has, he couldn't get her like a gastric bypass
Got
or
your
some
back.
liposuction.
We got
She's
We got
taking
your
care of
back.
the important thing first, the important stuff
Pray
first.
for those
Plenty of makeup
who
kits from Jeffree
persecute
Star
you
and
use
lots
you.
and lots of fast food. You know, the
Pray.
important stuff first.
Don't curse. Pray.
Oh, scientist Sam says
Pray.
she also claims they're burns from
And
dabbing.
regain your calm.
Is dabbing?
'Cause
I don't.
they
oh,
ain't
okay,
worth
yeah,
it no
I'm
more.
not
She
dabbing.
They
burnt
don't
herself
deserve
dabbing?
you.
Okay, hold on. First of all, I
That's the truth
dab
of it
with
all.
my shirt off, and I got some belly spilloverage on my belt.
I don't.
I'm not gonna lie, this is something that has happened to me. However, it happened to me just last week, and lo and behold, the damn thing's gone. I don't know where my burn went. I guess people with normal immune systems heal. Thing is, I
What is
went there.
dabbing?
What?
It's dabbing is. Do you know what wax is or shatter? Do you marijuana at all?
I do, but I'm old school.
I'll let Jello. He's more well versed in.
You know that shit I do when I put the stick in the thingy and then get the real get the woo. Right? That's what she's doing. Anyway, so she what she did is she got a hot glob of
That's what I thought,
THC
Drag.
resin on her
Dancing.
booty. That's the theory.
Oh, hot rocks.
The thing, well, no,
Okay.
it's more like resin, right? It's more like napalm, like it's.
But is it kind of like when you're smoking and a spark comes off and burns you? That type of thing.
No, well, it's
No. Is it deliberate or an accident?
no, it just melted off of her thing. Like, say you have some hot caramel on the end of a stick, and as you're going to put it in your mouth, it just kind of melts.
Right.
It's like that kind of a thing, right?
Okay. Oh, it's totally different to what I was thinking then.
Yeah. So it's like it's hot, globby, and viscous and like hot, and it's just sitting there on her boob, and you go and you flick it off, but it's sticky, and some of it stays there. Napalm is a really great.
Oh my god!
How the fuck does she have two of them right next to each other? I know you can only see the one there, but it's like
there's one underneath the titty too that someone pointed out to me the
how'd
other
you
night.
get it there?
No, the one
Just
underneath
say-
the titty, that's a sore. That's from
just
heavy flesh
two
laying
things.
on big heavy flesh.
Yes, Sam, I am a boomer, and God Hates Us All says dabbing is the meth of marijuana.
Hey.
I don't know.
Well, as much money as they supposedly spend, the dab that she was doing might have been pretty big that it fell all over her and burnt her all over the place. Believe how much they smoke and have access to.
Faux show.
I'm just curious how she keeps losing so many teeth.
It's called not going to see a dentist.
I think Rev's teaching her right.
How many teeth has she lost?
Quite a few. Quite a
That's
few.
never really-
There's
Okay.
I had a screenshot from the last salt mine. Actually, a few people got that one where, like, on the right side of her mouth at the top, she's missing 3 or 4 teeth.
She might have pulled them out.
She's
It's-
only
yeah.
36, isn't she?
It's giving blowjobs to someone with a Prince Albert. That'll knock your fucking teeth right. Look, ladies, just think about what you're doing. Have them take it out first, and then when you go to do the deed, you put that shit back in. I get it.
I had braces in my early 20s and still did the do, and nothing got ripped out. And I had braces. She's just not taking care of her teeth. She's nasty. She's dirty. There's no reason that your mouth should look like that. There's no reason that you shouldn't look like that.
Well, that's another thing she's not taking care of.
Somebody saying, Trevor saying, Drag, I bet Rev has liquidated a lot of his principal. That's probably why he sounded so desperate for donations for his homeless charity and lately for their porn endeavor. Less dividends available. That sounds about right.
Much like Shani, I always get them confused. Is that the Trevor that's deceased, or
no? This is the okay. The dead one just sent me a message. The dead one just sent me a message.
I mean, that's what Shani thought, right?
Yes, Shani did think that.
This is the Trevor that Shani thought was Trevor from the Geek Room. Yeah?
Yes, who had never actually spoken about her.
Never engaged with her, probably ever.
Nope.
Did she ever apologize?
Nope.
No.
She insisted it was him.
We're going to be talking about that tonight, folks.
She doubled down on that. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's so many people on this earth that are struggling and they're earnest and they're kind and good-hearted and they don't have anything. And then there's Shani and Rev out in Colorado, Japan, smoking on probably decently eating out, just,
eating out all right.
She's in Japan, but worried about the drones spying on her in America.
Cunnilingus and analingus. Oh, yeah.
What? Thanks.
You can see both videos on OnlyFans, folks.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that Red doesn't normally eat her box or her butt. I'm waiting for his face to fall off. That can't be something that he does normally.
Freedom. What substance was Rev on when he picked up Kid? I think he's
I heard
on
some
meth.
freedom stuff. Is that a good thing to read there?
So someone said, Steve McRae manager said, what substance was Rev on when he picked up the kid? I think he's on meth.
Wait. What kind of meth he puking on? I don't.
I'm not a drug person, so I wouldn't know.
Wait, he's a rich man. He should be getting cocaine.
One thing that, now see, cocaine.
Could be heroin.
Cocaine, I have done enough cocaine to make my throat numb enough to trigger a gag reflex and wound up puking. I have puked from in a certain way. It requires fucking up your the thing is, I don't know anything about kratom, and I was going off about how they're getting high on kratom, and someone just cut me off, and they're like, "Wait, I do kratom." And you can't get high on kratom. I'm like, they say they get high on kratom. Plenty of people say they get high on kratom. He goes, you could get high on kratom, but you'd have to do enough kratom to make you sick. Oh. So what I assume in that video is he's high on kratom, but I don't know. I don't know anybody that does it. I've never done it. I have no good reason to think it, but I mean, that's kind of, and also he's acting funky as shit. Like, I don't, that's another good reason. I don't know anybody that acts like that. Then again, I don't know anybody that does kratom. I don't do kratom.
He's sucking farts out of her fucking ass. Of course he's acting crazy. I act crazy too.
You know what? I wonder if his face disappears in it when he's because I never saw that.
I can send a video to you.
No, thank you. But her butt is big enough that, if he spread the cheeks, they would probably close around his face, and he would just be in there, nose to asshole.
Like
a face hugger.
Jesus.
Yo, they're just gross.
Her butt cheek is bigger than both mine put together.
She wanted G-Man,
and I ain't skinny.
Don't forget, she wanted G-Man inside of her more than once.
Well, all of him could have fit in her. All of him from head to toe.
All 5'4".
Oh, was she always like this? Because I just recently.
36. I mean, she's only 36.
And that's a shame. That means that I'm older than her, and I've had my ankle reconstructed. I have a cage around my spine because I had injured my spine. I'm probably in better shape than her, and I'm older, and I'm legitimately handicapped. That's just nasty.
I am a boomer, and I'm in much better shape than she is.
Okay, boomer.
I've got to keep Sam happy. I mean, I've got 20 years on her.
Yeah, I don't have that much, but I do. I have some years on.
And,
I have some time on her, but yeah, she's just. I thought she was older than me.
So I'm led to believe she's 36 years old, and apparently been through the menopause. If anyone is worried about her getting pregnant again.
Brett Keane's the one that makes me feel good. He's definitely like a year or two younger than me, and kind of looks like Uncle Brett. So it's a good thing.
How old is he?
I mean, I said he's younger than me. Can't we just leave it at that? Fucking bitch.
I think he's in his 40s.
In his 40s.
I think Oddsock and Jello are around the same age.
So she's nice and young. Young lady.
Yeah, I'm a young lady with gray hair.
We can stop talking about this now.
Oh, are you like Irish about your
I'm
age?
in my
What are you,
50s, and
50?
I've just admitted to being 20 years older than a 36-year-old, and you're worried about your age.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear that. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've won the boomer contest, apparently. I didn't know there was one.
It's okay. Age is great. It's wonderful to get older. Just
I can still touch my toes, and I don't mean if I like bend my knees.
you're doing better.
Shanny can too when Rev helps her.
I stole $3,000.
God.
You're welcome.
You know what? And see,
she can touch her toes with her nipples. God, I didn't say that. It's all in your minds. Oh God.
You know, I'm still mad at you, Drag, because yesterday I was sitting in class and all of a sudden, for some reason, Shanny's ass popped in my head. And I'm like, ah! And the professor was like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing. I caught it chill.
Is Shanny watching us yet?
Well, she knows I'm live. Yeah. That's why she made that video.
Sorry to steal your super chats, but Buck Melanoma for $1.99 says having a heart attack right now, still healthier.
I'm sorry, Buck. That means you're not going to be able to eat the stroganoff tomorrow.
Oh God, are you actually doing that? What is wrong with you?
We're doing it.
So Tad had said that he actually, let me check the times, because the compiler said that she is will have it done by tomorrow. And let's see.
Are we keeping who's doing it a secret?
No.
Do they want credit?
No.
What are you doing, a mukbang?
So I'm trying to. No, I'm reading, and I'm trying to say names and remember names.
Okay.
So it's Lola Bohemia is doing it, and I'm going to make.
Thanks a ton, Lola.
Oh no, I'm going to make the watch link. I'm going to put her information down there because I would like people to throw her a few bucks, because what she's doing is disgusting. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. She's taking all the worst, like she's compiling all the clips from the Sexy for Christ channel and all those leaked videos. She's taking the best bits, the fellatio, the cream pie, and she's turned it to about 35 minute long video for us to watch. So, and making two versions.
Right. Oh, that's rather subjective. You said the best bits, or is that the worst bits?
The worst for us, the best for Shanny and Rev. The bits that they think are awesome.
The best bits for people to watch us try to stomach.
Yeah. So there's,
but
she has to do it twice. She's making, she does it once, and then she's going back over, making another copy, and then censoring out the naughty bits, so that people on the stream can gag a little bit, but they can't.
Good Lord, you are doing the Lord's work. I mean, how do we thank her?
I need a favor.
So if you thank her for that, there will be a Ko-fi link that y'all can throw her a few bucks. So please do, and I will have that up later today.
Okay.
How big of a peach emoji icon do we need for this?
No, it's not. No, it's not going to be a peach emoji, because that peach was not enough.
Can I also add in that she does wonderful documentaries, Lola Bohemia.
Yes.
You should really just check out her channel, go through it, see if there's any topics that you're interested in. If so, I bet you'll like her work.
But Drag, I'm feeling especially vicious. I'm gonna need a link to the unedited video so I can send that to up to the dude that I used to stay with.
Oh yeah,
I've got to send him that. Yes.
Yeah. So yes, that's
my final fuck you.
Yeah, I can do that. That's not a problem. Yeah, that's the sexy
It-
twice.
It's going to be
Twitter.
punishment porn, right?
He needs punishment.
It sounds like
He
punishment.
might enjoy it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope not.
No, nobody enjoys this.
This guy's into
I don't know.
punishment.
There's a niche for everything.
Oh, Jello shot. I think you saw the pictures that I put in the Discord of the guy that was all like,
Oh, the Trump hat. Remember the Trump hat picture I showed you, Jello?
Sure, yeah.
yeah, that's who I'm sending it to.
All right.
Pluto the dog is asking if you saw D. Roy's most recent today. Apparently, it was like he was patting your head and apologizing.
I have not watched it yet. I just got notified about it, so I will watch it after this. So it looks like Taddit says he gets off at 5, but he can 5 Eastern. He could be home with spaghetti and a Baja Blast by 6 Eastern. So that's 5 my time, so that works out well because then my wife will come home during the middle of it, so that works out.
Wait, you're an hour behind him, aren't you?
Yeah, so 6 p.m. his time is 5 p.m. my time.
No, he's Eastern. He's Eastern.
Right, he's Eastern. Oh, did I got that backwards? I got that backwards.
Yeah, you got that backwards. It's 6 to 7 your time, and it's fucking 9 p.m. my time.
No.
I'm gonna be a hungry boy by the time.
No, Jello. Eastern is first, then where drag is. So it's 6, then 5, counting down to you, which would be like much later, like a 3.
Can I ask a question? What are you gonna do? Like watch the porn video and eat food at the same time? Because I'm hearing shanny porn and food in the same.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Why?
It's like because it's fucking
I
disgusting.
don't even.
It's a mukbang. It's a cringe mukbang challenge. So we're going to eat various food items, and we're going to be on camera as Shanny and Rev are making love, as they call it. And so people on the stream are going to be able to watch us watching it while they're going to see a censored version on their side.
Okay, what day is this going on?
It's going to be Friday, and it's going to be probably around 6
Friday.
p.m. Central.
Why not just
I
eat
think you should eat Blamond while you watch it.
Just make a video y'all eat of y'all eating chitlins. We don't need the shanny part. The chitlins would be nasty enough.
No, we gotta. I'm getting shrimp.
Pig intestines.
I'm getting boiled
Oh
shrimp.
yeah, I knew something to.
Tad, it says Jello needs to smoke a bit less.
Why?
No, not on Friday. I'm gonna need all I can find on Friday.
I stole $3,000.
Oh, Trevor says, "Drag, didn't Shanny brag to someone recently with a question? Do you have 600,000 in the bank? If that's the amount is correct, Rev might be experiencing exponential loss." Oh, okay. So yeah, what I was told anonymously, Jesus, may be very accurate then. So, because that's crazy, but not surprising.
But they don't have a house that they live in; they're renting.
Well,
but they started off with how many? A couple of million.
So, from what I understand, they started off. Who's it? Michelle Roper. How you doing? They start off with 2 to 3 million, and then they're just living off the dividends from that.
And they haven't got their own house.
It's Shanny and Rev.
How do you not?
Because the house is in Scranton, PA, and right now they're in Colorado, Japan.
Oh, that's true. Worrying about the drones that Trump's
Right.
sending out and listening to the advice of Trump.
Yeah.
But you know
What you should do if you've got like, why do you care what Trump says if you've got
They could
corona?
have stayed
If you're in Japan.
Look,
they could have stayed in Pennsylvania and done exactly what they're doing. Because it's legal for medicinal purposes, but in Pennsylvania, like they're not going to throw you in jail if you have a reasonable amount of cannabis on you. They could have just stayed in that house, fixed the house, and just not been. But like you said, it's Rev and Shanny. Because how did they get out of the last apartment where they were in? Did they have to buy their way out of the lease?
I think they got thrown out.
Oh.
But I think they're just making smart investment decisions. They know, like everybody else, that when everybody is dead from the coronavirus, real estate value is going to drop.
So they're just biding their time.
Exactly. It's just good business sense. It's just good business sense.
But if he's living off, and as I understand it, his mother worked for years and years and years, and she put up a trust fund for him, and he's not supposed to be able to touch the principal. But if he's living off the dividends, what's going on with the virus is causing the markets to tank. So he's going to be broke pretty soon.
Well, he'll get a real job soon. You just wait. He'll
doing what?
I mean, first of all, they're already working. Shanny's Tits is bringing in my. You're paying for that monthly, aren't you, Drake?
Not anymore. I got refunded.
Oh, that's awful. How could you? You terrible, terrible person.
That is awesome.
Did you pay the money back to Tatted?
No, once you put the money
in
the
you
wallet,
just jacked Tatted's money.
Once you put money in the wallet, it stays on those sites. So I gave it to some other person on OnlyFans, which turned out to be a pretty big waste, actually. So, like, whatever. Somebody else more deserving got it.
Who deserves a subscription to Rev and Shanny?
Drag.
Who deserves that?
Drag. There's a guy that we know in this weird community that actually is beating his dick to Shanny naked. So, I mean,
fuck.
Yo, listen, you're gonna have to do an intervention with that dude.
Well, there's something really wrong with him. There's a few things really wrong with him. So, there's nothing that any of us can do. Like, we've known that he's been kind of fucked up for a while, and I really don't care. But
Drag, just say the name.
Huh? Okay, it's Headless.
Yeah, I was thinking somebody that clearly needs to be ridiculed. Clearly, it's Headless.
That's not true.
So, Jello, how many Baja Blasts have you had this week?
None.
What's a Baja Blast?
I hate those fucking things. So they're
But
terrible.
you went out and bought 3 of them and only drank 1.
I drank part of one.
It's like a slushy Mountain Dew.
What?
You're the one who bought the drinks?
Yeah, all of us had them at some point. Like when we were doing the salt mines on the weekends, all of us had them.
But you're the guy with the
one lining them up.
hair.
Yeah. The big beard lining up the drinks, taking sips, acting like they were delicious. Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm all right. I'm just a little retarded. It's okay.
Because I'm not sure what a Baja Blast is, but I'm assuming that it's like 32 ounces of liquid sugar.
I mean, it's sugar, Mountain Dew, and I believe battery acid.
But isn't Mountain Dew made from sugar? So it's sugar and battery.
Well, I mean, but there's color. I mean, it's got the blue and some green. There's a red one. Look, when I had a sore throat, Baja Blast was perfect. It was better than the Slurpee, because the problem with the Slurpee is you go, and then all of a sudden it's all the juice is gone, and you're sitting there with a puddle of ice or a thing of ice, and that's no good for the sore throat. So
it's worth getting beat over. So evidently there's something to it.
Well, so he drinks regular Hulk piss, red Hulk piss, and what other color does it come in?
Think blue.
We call that Hulk piss where I'm
I mean, I only saw it in the green and stuff, but Eddie goes, "Hey, they got a red one. You want to try a red one?" I was like, sure. And that was when I had the sore throat, and it helped. I was doing a lot of what at the time, and that was
Stop doing that, Jello, for your own sake.
It's so addictive. Like
do the butt jiggle thing.
What's that?
Do the butt jiggle thing. That's what he calls twerking, the butt jiggle thing.
My God!
If you listen to the very beginning of it, he says, "Yeah, do the butt jiggle thing."
I'm twerking him. I'm twerking,
baby. I've not talked to that dude in years, and I'm so glad.
But I have to admit, whilst I am familiar with the term twerking, and I have seen twerking, when I had the misfortune of some bastard who posted that video to me, I was not aware that was supposed to be twerking.
It's not.
It looked like butt jiggling to me.
You have to know because she yells at me, "I'm twerking, baby!" Like they're just they're fucking Riri's.
Listen, just because your butt moves on its own doesn't mean you're twerking. Like, there's just so much of it that was she really consciously trying to move her butt, or was it just like it was just moving because
No,
it's
look,
it was just settling.
She just sat there on all fours, and Rev came over and kicked her in her fucking side.
Oh,
started filming half an hour later. I'm twerking, baby.
Yeah. This is going to be a topic for quite a while, I think, because it's just that nasty.
Yeah,
that nasty.
I know this is a stupid question, but does she do anything to try and lose the weight?
Like what? Breathing?
Bending her elbow to bring food up to her mouth.
She runs her mouth and she wags her finger. Like that's the exercise that Shani gets. She looks down her brow at everybody. She wags her finger and she runs her mouth. That's it. That's all she does.
She
Maybe that
doesn't move
fight with
during
Rev
sex.
made her lose a pound or two.
She doesn't move for sex.
Yeah, no, that is the funny thing that I did notice. Like, she barely moves. And I'm like, she is on her way to becoming immobile. And
I mean, wait a minute. Now, the not moving during sex, you can't totally blame her for that.
Why not?
First of all, because Rev ain't hitting the walls, and you've seen his thrusting. Like, how
she moved during sex?
Wait, if he was fucking you like that, you'd be asleep in a minute. You'd be like, it's been a long day at work.
No, hang on.
All he can hit is the
if she moved during sex, Rev would go flying.
Oh shit! Well, what was that thing you told me about? What's it called?
What? That the thought of Shani reminds me of a dirty bathroom in the 1980s in the Port Authority in New York City.
No, pancake.
Oh, pancake! Yes, pancake.
What is pancake? Do I want to know?
It's when the dick is so small that you can't pull out with the stroke. You just have to stay up on like bang, 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 bang. Pancake, like
Okay.
Yeah, like
gosh.
That wasn't me that came up with that. That was that wild ass chick from Louisiana. The hoe.
Jessica.
Can you be more specific?
No, this one is.
No, she's a self-professed hoe.
She is.
Again, be more specific.
I'm surprised she didn't have more kids, hoe. Just wow, yeah. Oh wow, I don't. This
old Jess.
This conversation has gone everywhere, but I think since I did want to introduce you to a larger crowd because of some of the stories you have from your life, and I don't know whether the person whose name starts with D or J, if you want to discuss either one of them. Or I should say,
we could do either one. Like, it's like I don't have to be class till 6, and my professor has a trach and the coronavirus or whatever it is. He's probably going to cancel class because he doesn't want to die.
So let's pick. You know what? Let's save Captain Mediocre. Let's go with your best Joe stories.
You want to talk about dog shit?
Freedom.
Dog vomit. Tying him up.
Rev eating out. Shani looks like the start of the.
Oh wait, can we have that type of conversation on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, well, just give me one because there's so many.
Let's see. We got a little time.
Or we can talk about the dude that came over to the house and he was on my webcam, the pancaker.
Actually, yeah. Let's start there.
What did he say? Wowzers.
I remember parts of that because we were on Xbox Live, but I don't remember the whole story because they had to do a lot with driving back and forth, getting ingredients. There was a whole.
Oh, the Xbox Live is the dude that wanted to cook me dinner, but thought he was gonna fuck me and then beat off on my carpet.
But that wasn't the same No, the pancake guy was different.
Yeah, the pancake guy was white.
Do you think you should read the super chat first?
The super chat read itself, but I will read it. Rev eating Shani out looks like the start of the human centipede. Oh my god.
That one was worth reading, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, it was.
Oh, when they like eventually started shitting in each other's mouths.
Yeah, he's getting a head start.
It's called moving back and forth forever. You got to put a romantic twist on it. These people are in love. Like y'all are being denigrating and shit. I don't like it.
In love with what? With the Coco?
And a bit racist. Just uncomfortable.
You know what's degrading is that brown patch like on the inside of her fucking thigh that you can see.
We don't want to discuss that. Discuss that because it was in my head to mention it, but I was like, no, I'm not going to be that nasty.
Like somebody took a screenshot and because you can't really see the labia or anything, but you can see on the inside there's a clear demarcation between like the regular, I guess, skin, and there's some brown crusty something near her fucking orifices down there.
Please stop it.
Damn it, I'd muted my mic. No wonder you were talking over me. I forgot what I was going to say now. Apparently, according to Bunny 207, Shani is watching and she just did a video. Oh, I wonder if she's referring to the Gman Love Bro video.
Yeah, it's the Gman Love one.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's watching.
So, pick a story. There's so many. I'll tell one. I've got time.
Yeah, let's go with the Xbox Live one.
Oh, so this guy, and I'm not a good storyteller. I'm going to try. This guy came over to my house. Because he wanted to get some booty, and I wasn't going to give him any booty. So came over. He made me pasta from scratch, spaghetti sauce from scratch, made me a nice steak, and we sat down and we just talked. And I'm going to let drag fill it in because I'm a shitty storyteller. You tell it better.
I'm trying to remember.
It did happen. Okay, so we were on Drag and I were talking on Xbox Live.
Yeah. And
I brought up the subject of men coming over to women's houses and doing things for them, doing nice things for them, thinking they're going to get sex. And this guy was listening to me talk to Drag, and he was agreeing with everything I said, but we were talking about him.
Oh yeah, I could hear him in the background, just like loudly agreeing, and I'm like, dude, come on. At some point, you have to realize that that's the position. Like I wouldn't go over a woman's house and cook unless she's like a relative, a really close friend that I've known for quite a few years, really, really platonic. But that wasn't the case here, and he indicated quite strongly that he wanted some ass, and so for him to participate in that conversation, it just made it even more awkward because I was just laughing my ass off. I'm gonna be honest with you, because there was something about the was it the butter? It was some special expensive type of butter he had to get.
$40 on butter.
What?
He spent $40. He got this imported. He spent a lot of money. Like the wine was expensive. Everything was expensive because he thought if he made me this nice meal from scratch, because he was supposedly a trained chef, but you changed grease traps for a living. So he's going to make me this wonderful dinner with these expensive, high quality ingredients, and we're going to just have a nice time. But I knew better. He wanted to bang. That's why eventually I talked about him like a dog in his presence to Drag. And then I promptly got up, went to bed, and I sat, and because I usually have cameras in my apartment. I sat and watched him sit on my couch, turn on some slow music, whip out his dick, beat off onto my carpet, and leave.
Fuck you.
You should have gave that man some ass. I mean, he put in a lot of effort.
Ew, no. That's not my type of height. That's not me. Wrong color, wrong age. Just wrong. Just all wrong. Plus, this is the same dude that years ago, like I was friends with his uncle, and I ended up dealing with him. That's how I knew I wasn't going to sleep with him. Like we had dated before, and I had a decent job, and he didn't. This is the dude that was constantly asking me for money to fix his brakes, and I was like, no, like I'm not your ATM machine. You're older than me, and you're a trained chef. Why are you making $28,000 a year and asking me to fix the brakes on your truck when you just bought a Harley Davidson that you couldn't afford, but you want me to fix the brakes on your truck? I don't think so. So, eventually we stopped talking and we for some reason got back together. I just was like, I'm not really interested in you in that way. And he kept on thinking that if he spent $40 on butter, that I was going to suck him off. And that just did not happen.
$40 on butter.
So, like, my stories are better when I'm not in my right mind. But yeah, there's the butter.
Was it truffle butter or something? I
didn't even look at it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I spent $40 on this butter. It's from Europe," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever." I mean, I get that there's different qualities of butter, but
I live in Europe and I've never seen butter for $40.
He might have been lying, but that's what he said.
These chickens only eat lavender. These eggs are very special.
Yeah, some shit like that. But there's that one. I'm sorry, the story wasn't that great. Like, I'm not really that good.
So what about going on a date with Gman? I mean, that could have been like you could have picked up some pizza. You wouldn't date Gman?
For what? His dick is dirty. His dick is dirty.
He had the flu.
I'm 100% disabled, and I have more income than he does. I have a car. Does he have a car? Doesn't he live with his mama?
Well, he lives in an attic.
Doesn't he live in his mama's attic?
We don't know exactly. Some of us have speculated that it's a family member.
Well, I know exactly where he lives.
Oh, well.
So anyway.
Wow.
I just googled truffle butter, and even that isn't as expensive.
But are you talking about truffle butter or truffle butter?
Truffle, like the mushroom thingies.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I kind of thought that's the most expensive. That's about £16, which is what, about $20?
$23, yeah.
Am I going the wrong? Yeah, that is the right way.
Yeah.
So even that's not $40.
Because there is another type of truffle butter.
Yeah.
He might have bought 2 things of the butter.
I don't know.
Oddly enough, this is for 2 things.
So on that note,
I did live with a man that used to let me time up and beat him.
And folks, you'll have to hear about that story another time.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah, this is only a taste.
All right, have a good evening.
All right, I'm going to end this. We will do the Shanny Rev Porn cringe mukbang thing tomorrow. I will start setting up the watch link once I confirm that the videos will be done, and then we got at least 2 other participants. So, yeah, y'all have a